Do you feel stuck? Do you feel like your business has reached a plateau and you simply don't know how to break through that plateau and get to the next level? It seems like no matter how hard you work, no matter what strategies you play, no matter what coaches you work with, you cannot seem to get to that next level. Hey, it's Wayne, founder of Ugly Mug Marketing and creator of the Freelance Accelerator. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the 5 stages that every single business goes through as they scale and as they grow. Now, here's the interesting thing about these 5 stages. If you're not aware that these stages exist, you will continue operating using the things that once made you successful, but now actually become hindrances to your growth. So let me say that a different way. That is this, that the things that enable you to succeed in the early days of your freelance business will actually become hindrances. They'll actually become things that slow you down and that prevent you from reaching the next level. I see this all the time with the freelancers that I work with. They keep trying to do the things that made them successful in the early days, and those very things that were once wise, that were once sound, that were once prudent, now actually become the things that hold them back. They become the constraint. That's what we're going to cover in this video, and I'm going to walk you through all 5 stages, and I'm going to explain to you what to look for as you begin making transitions into the next stage. Let's dive in. Stage number 1 is what I call the me stage. The me stage. So in the very beginning of your business, your goal as an entrepreneur is to learn to trust yourself. It's to learn to show the marketplace that they should value what it is that you bring to them. It's to learn to believe in your own value. It's where you learn to trust the systems and the processes that you have in place, right? The way that you do your work. So if you're a graphic designer, it's learning to negotiate with the clients. It's learning to price your services. It's learning to then deliver those in such a way that the client receives more value than the money that they're parting with. So this entire first stage is about you. It's about learning to develop yourself as a leader, as a doer of the thing, whatever it is that you do. That's what this first stage is all about. Now, the second stage is what I call the we stage. So we go from me to we. And this is where you begin developing out your team. This is where you, as the freelancer, begin finding other people to help you, bits or pieces or components of the thing that you do. So maybe you're the graphic designer and you begin looking for someone who can help you onboard new clients, or you're looking for someone who can do certain types of graphic design that maybe you're not gifted in, right? So you can expand the type of graphic design services you offer. And so an example of that would be maybe you are really great at illustration, but you have clients now who are wanting other graphic design work that's non-illustrated. So you look for other partners, other people to bring and to make them a part of your team. So the we stage is where you as a leader have to learn to trust other people. It's where you're learning to work together with your team. Now, again, that could be a partner who does other things, right? Things that complement what you do, or it could be an assistant or a salesperson. It doesn't matter who the person is or what role they fill. The whole point of this second stage is where you're building out your team. Your team enables you to fulfill more. It enables you to serve more clients more quickly and more effectively because you have a team. And this is the stage, to be honest with you, the we stage is where so many freelancers end up stuck and they end up trapped because they don't know how to build out that team. They don't know how to trust a team, and they don't know how to ensure that the team survives and serves clients well, which ties directly into the third stage. The third stage is what I call they. The they stage is where you implement systems and processes into your business. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't have some systems and processes up here, right, under the me and the we stage. But by this point, when you get a team, when you begin building out people, what happens is you realize that everyone does things differently, right? Not everyone does the same things the same way. And so you have to have standards. You have to have systems or processes in place that enable your team to consistently deliver value to your clients and do it in such a way that is up to your standards for the business that you're building. If you try to build systems and processes too early, it can actually cripple your business, right? In the early days, there's not really much need for all these elaborate systems and processes on how to do everything. I see too often entrepreneurs who love systems and processes, they create them way up here, and then by the time they bring a team on, there's such this burden, right? There's this heavy load of systems and processes that the team is unable and unwilling to learn all of those systems and processes. So I find, generally speaking, that it's best to begin developing them as you move from the we into the they stage. And the they stage is about learning to trust in systems and processes. It's about learning to build systems and processes in such a way that they serve your team well and they create synergy amongst you and your team. Now, the next stage, stage 4, is what I call the machine. And this stage is where we have to learn to allow ourselves, our team, and our systems and process to all work in unison, to all work in harmony. You've probably witnessed it from the outside where you've seen organizations where it seems like there's not a lot of cohesiveness, right? They're not on the same page. They're not pulling in the same direction. They're not doing things in such a way that there's synergy and energy created as a result of the systems and processes, as a result of the team and the leadership. We see this often in public where the leadership becomes at odds with the team, right? And maybe the leader's ousted. That happened to Steve Jobs in the early days of Apple. He, as the leader, as the founder, as the entrepreneur, he did not work well with others. He did not believe in following the systems and processes, but he wanted other people to follow the systems and processes. And it ultimately cost him his job. Now, you know the rest of the story. He came back and learned to work better with other people, learned to build out this machine that is now called Apple. Now, the final stage is this, and what I would call destroy or destruction. This is where we have to be willing to destroy certain systems and processes that no longer serve us. So as your business grows, what's going to happen is the systems that served you well in these early days, at some point no longer serve you well, right? You have to revise them. You have to revisit them. The systems that served you well to get here can actually become a hindrance to you getting to that next level. You've all heard the saying when people say, well, that's not the way we do things around here. That is because they've got systems and processes created that need to be destroyed, and yet the owner, the leader, is unwilling to destroy them, right? There's this underlying tone that takes place in the organization where they want to keep the systems and processes, they want to keep what is comfortable to them intact. So as you think through growing your business, what I want you to think about are these are the stages that you're gonna have to progress through if you're gonna scale and grow your business. What's gonna serve you well in this stage is learning to become and develop your leadership skills, learning to trust yourself, learning to value the value that you bring to the marketplace. Those same things, though, when you get here, can get in your way when you move to the we stage. When you move to the we stage, it's about imparting that trust on other people. It's about building out a team of people who are trustworthy, who you can give autonomy to. An important part of that is you want to make sure that you have alignment. And in order to have alignment, you as a leader have to have defined the vision, the values, the mission, what it is that you and your organization do. So again, think through these 5 stages, determine where you are. Most freelancers that we work with are going to be somewhere in these top 3 typically. And what you want to do is make sure that you're leaning into that next stage. You're building the foundation based on the stage you're currently in, but you're leaning into that next stage. I hope this has been beneficial. I would love to hear in the comments where you think you are and what challenges or what struggles you are facing in getting and leading your organization to that next level. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch.